hobby, job, career, vocation. These are 4 different words because they're 4 different things. First, a hobby. A hobby is something that you do purely for pleasure. The stakes are 0. You don't have to make money from your hobby. You don't have to get famous from your hobby. Nobody has to know anything about your hobby. Your hobby just brings you pleasure and makes you feel like you're more than just a cog in the machine. Number 2, job. Here's what you do have to have. You have to have a job. Out of that list, hobby, job, career, vocation, the only thing that you actually do have to have is a job. You have to pay the bills. We live in a material world. I've had so many jobs that I didn't love. I've had so many jobs that I didn't like. Whatever. You go and do it. You give them the thing that you're giving them and you take the money in return. That's the exchange. That's fine. Now look, if it's killing you, if it's toxic, if you're being, abused and manipulated, if it's terrible, if you can get out of it, if you can get a better job, do it, right? But just recognize your job doesn't have to be your whole life. Your life can be outside of that. Number 3, career. Career is a job that you are passionate about and that you love. Career is something where you're willing to make sacrifices, you're willing to work extra hours, you're willing to put your life on the line for this thing because you believe in the mission of what your career is. If you're in a career right now that you hate, that's terrible. Number 4, the holiest, most sacred, most amazing and mystical pursuit of all, vocation. A vocation is a calling. A vocation is a divine invitation. A vocation is the voice of the universe in your ear saying, I want you to do this thing. I want to use your talents and gifts to make this thing. I want you to participate in the story of creation in this way. A vocation is the highest possible pursuit that you can do. Here's the amazing thing about having a vocation. Nobody can give it to you and nobody can take it from you. Somebody can take your job away from you. Somebody can take your career away from you. Nobody can take your vocation away from you. You do not have to disappoint your family and throw away your job and your career in order to make art, and you have time. If you have a hobby or if you have a vocation, then you can live a creative life at the same time as living in the material world. In fact, that is the only way it has ever been done.